Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new update, in particular what brawlers are going to be good after the recent balance changes, what brawlers are not going to be so good. Of course, before we get into it, we got some free rewards in the shop which we are of course going to claim. There is now sprays in the game. There's also more custom kind of profile pictures. As you can see, sprays, they're pretty expensive in my opinion, like £5 for like 2 sprays is quite a lot. Also, this pack here pretty expensive in my opinion as well. Of course, if you're picking anything up at the shop, make sure you're using code Tom. Be much appreciated. Also, make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into trying out some of these brawlers. Okay, so jumping into the first game. So first of all, BB got a small HP and damage buff. So this one honestly felt like it maybe, you know, maybe make BB a little bit more viable in like a few more modes and maps, but realistically they're not huge changes, so I don't expect to see BB like everywhere. Maybe you'll see BB a little bit more, but nothing insane. As you can see, we have the new sprays here, and I actually find them pretty off-putting when you have like, I've seen like, you know, 6 on the map at the same time, and it does get pretty off-putting when you have that many just like random things on the map for no reason. It does feel pretty weird. That's almost going to be a kill for us. They're actually going to get taken out. Quite interested to see how the new Surge kind of works, because Surge has been completely kind of reworked with some new gadgets. Obviously, that first TP gadget was always going to be insane. Now it's obviously not in the game anymore. It's like, I don't even know what this Surge is doing, but we have our super here. We're going to try and bounce it off here and get some good value with it. It looks like we're going to hit the BB, hit the Gale. Got some pretty decent value there. We're about to knock him back. Gale going to waste super here. It looks like we should be able to bounce this here, and we should be able to score and wrap things up for this first game. Okay, so next up we have a bow buff, as we have Toxic Tom on our team. I'd love to see it. But yeah, we have a projectile speed of 7% to bow. Bow's normal attack. Obviously, this is going to be quite a good change. Bow's been getting quite a few buffs in recent changes, so I feel like, you know, this is definitely going to help Bow become even better, particularly on maybe grassy maps or just in general on knockout and gem grab. Knockout's quite a slow mode, and you know, you can put that totem down, kind of get supers, and I definitely feel like Bow could be pretty good there. But also in gem grab maps like double swoosh, definitely feel like we could see a little more Bow now because of this recent change. Bow has, you know, really good damage, now good projectile speed. It's gonna be quite easy to hit those shots with good HP as well. Definitely felt like we could see a lot of Bow in this new update, but still just limited to those few modes I did say. But it looks like that's gonna be an easy kill for us there. Looks like Surge is gonna jump up. Surge's new mechanic is so weird. Anyway, that's gonna be a win in this one. Okay, so next up, a change I'm super excited about. We have Griff. So Griff has got a nerf to his first star power from 35% increase basically when you're shooting to a 25% increase, and then the baseline unload speed has been increased by 50 milliseconds, I believe that is. So basically his first star power hasn't changed at all because it shoots at exactly the same speed. But if you don't have any star powers, or if you are using that second star power, he would have been buffed. Also, we have just a buff for that second star power, going from 15% or 10% to 15% of basic healing. Not really going to be insane. Stuff like this first star power is going to be better by a long way. For me, even though Griff apparently hasn't been buffed if you're using that first star power, it feels the shots are very smooth. They come out a lot quicker, I feel like, which is apparently what was not meant to happen. Apparently there wasn't meant to be a buff to this to like basically when using this first star power. So it feels a little weird to me. Let me know what you think of Griff, but I feel like Griff has definitely been buffed. It feels like he's a lot better than before. So this one's a strange one to me. Basically Griff wasn't meant to be buffed, but it definitely feels like he has been. So I don't even know what's going on there. But we're gonna about to cycle supers here, and then about to finish things off pretty easily here, as long as we can super in there, which we can. So yeah, Griff feeling really strong with that first star power, even though he wasn't meant to be buffed. Okay, so next up we have Lou. Lou getting a lot of changes and reworks to both star powers. Basically, super cool. That first star power is now baseline, which means you get it if you don't have any star powers, or if you're using the you know, the other star power. So this one, the new super cool, increases freezing by 33%, so a net gain of 20% from the old value. So that first star power is going to be a lot better. Also, this new star power is going to be very, very good as well, or the second star power I should say. It's actually going to decrease the enemy's damage depending on how much they're frozen, up to 50% of their damage. So basically, if they are fully frozen, they're gonna deal 50% less damage. And if they're, say, halfway frozen, they're going to deal 25% less damage. I do believe that's how it works. As you can see there, that Poco only doing like 600 damage to me, even though he is max. So that's definitely this new gadget coming into play here. As you can see, they're definitely going to deal a ton less damage. I feel like this, oh, sorry, new star power coming into play. I feel like this new star power really going to be good. Or yeah, this well, the buffed one, at least the second star power, because you know, making the enemies do, like, if you hit every enemy, they're just not really doing any damage. So yeah, I feel like this one can be a huge buff to Lu, especially because, you know, star powers like crows, is it like extra toxic where they deal 20% less damage, is really, really good. So I feel like this will definitely help Lu become a lot more meta, and definitely like the changes to Lu, because Lu hasn't felt good for a long time. But it looks like, okay, as you can see, they just that Poco there was doing literally no damage to me. So yeah, this one's gonna be interesting. Do like these changes, and hopefully Lu can be great again. Let's just say that. Okay, looks like a Ponyta getting a kill here. He's gonna go super short. He is gonna score, I think. Well played there. Let's get into the next one. Okay, next up we have a huge Squeak buff. First of all, his first gadget, which we're not using right now, is going to deal, it's going to make your next shot deal 50% more damage. That is, of course, that gadget with the long, basically gives you a super long range shot. So the next shot from that is going to deal 50% more damage, which is, of course, a pretty nice buff. But the second gadget is absolutely insane right now. So basically, it's going to have that same area, but not only is it going to give you vision, it's also going to mean the enemies, or it's going to slow the enemies down in that area, which is, of course, a huge buff to it. And it's going to be really, really helpful on maps with like smaller choke points, like in particular dueling beetles and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be a huge change. Also, they buffed the time from 15 to 20 seconds, so really this is one of the best changes, or one of the best buffs in the entire kind of I don't even know, the entire update, I would say, because this is going to make Squeak super OP. As you can see, if you actually hit that shot, you can actually, instead of leaving an area, you're basically going to leave an area, but also slow all of the enemies down as well. So in my opinion, this is going to be huge for Squeak, and it's going to mean that Squeak is definitely really viable on at least a few maps. A great change for Squeak. And that first gadget, I will say right now, is not going to get used at all, because the second gadget is so strong that it is going to be used absolutely everywhere. But yeah, I love the change to this gadget. Don't be surprised if you see like a ton more Squeak, because I really feel like with these changes, you will see a ton of Squeak, because Squeak is going to be definitely really viable on like a ton of different maps and modes, in particular grassy maps, but also those ones with choke points, as I said, like dueling beetles. I imagine you just put one of these in the middle. It's going to mean the enemies basically can't go there. It's like a spike super, but of course it doesn't deal any damage. It lasts a ton like longer, because it's literally 20, it's going to be there for 20 seconds, so it's going to last a lot longer, but obviously it's not going to deal damage. And it's a little bit smaller, but I still feel like it's going to be a great change, and it's going to mean that Squeak is going to be very viable. Looks like we're going to lose this game, unfortunately. But yeah, let's get into trying some Surge now. Okay, next up we have some huge changes coming to Surge. So his teleport gadget got completely removed for this new gadget, which is going to give you 2 extra upgrades for 10 seconds, I believe. Of course, this is going to be a really good gadget, because like the teleport one, it's going to help you get that kind of second upgrade. And once you have that second upgrade, of course, you're going to be able to keep it, because you are going to be using that serve ice cold star power, which is going to allow you to keep the second upgrade for the entire game. And then once you have that, you can pop it again, and it's going to give you all 4 upgrades. So I feel like this is a buff overall for Surge. Also, you have the ability to now jump, as you saw with that Surge, with your super. It is not too far, so I don't feel like it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna change too many interactions. Maybe it makes you a little bit better against tanks, because you can kind of jump away from them if you need, but also maybe good against throwers, because you can now jump over walls and kind of push these throwers. So maybe Surge will be a little bit better against throwers than before, because obviously, you know, if you can jump over walls to kill throwers, it's gonna be pretty helpful. But it does look like we're gonna pick up the win in this one here. We also got an animated Protesto pin, which I guess is pretty cool. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap it up with the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.